Hello students, in this chapter, this is chapter number 2, forms of business organization. In last chapter we discussed about what is the meaning of business, characteristics of business, what are the objectives of business, why business is formed, and what are the various factors that affect the business. Now, uh, just look around your society, your area. Do you find the same? Look around your look around your area. Do you find the same type of same size of businesses being there? No. In many cases, there you may take the example of HDFC Bank. You may take the examples of Gupta Store, Gupta Groceries. You may take the example of Mr. A and Mr. B Private Limited, or you can take there's so many. You can take the example of Jamia Cooperative Bank. You can take the example of joint. So there are numerous types of business organization. So basically, what we will be discussing about the various forms of business organization. The objective of going through this chapter is to identify the various forms of business, or what are the various forms of business organizations available in India practically, and distinguish between them, how the one is better than the other one, and what are the various facilities, what are the various features are there, and according to our size, according to our capital, which form of business organization is suitable for us. Okay, so let's move to the chapter. So according to this chapter, there are the there are 5 types of business organizations, namely uh, sole proprietorship, joint Hindu business family, partnership, cooperative society, and joint stock company. So the first that we will be discussing today is sole proprietorship. Sole proprietorship is basically a very popular form of organization in which there is only one. Sole means single, so there will be only one seller, one owner, and that type of organization it refers to wherein there is only one owner of the business who owns, who manages, and who controls the business, and he is the person who receives all the benefits, and he is the only person who bears all the losses. Therefore, the sole proprietorship can be understood as sole means single. Sole means single. Let's take my pen, and so the sole means single, and proprietor means owner. So that form of organization where single owner is there, that will be known as your sole proprietor form of business. Okay, so what are the various what are the various merits and features of this form of organization? The the feature of this form of organization is, normally you can say like this, that the very first feature is that formation and closure. It is very easy to very easy to start, form, and in case if you want to dissolve our business, then there is also no legal provisions or legal requirements for that closing of the business, or for the closure of the business. To start a business, you can start as and when you want, and there is no legal formalities. Have you seen any grocery stores around you? Obviously you would have seen. To start a grocery store, it is owned, managed, and controlled by a single person only. Do you think that there is any legal formalities involved? And if there is legal formality, then these number of grocery store would not be available in our society or in our area. So the simple case is, the simple thing is, in the sole proprietorship, the one of the most important feature is there is no legal requirement, there is no legal formalities for closure, either for closure or for formation. Okay. Number two is liability. Sole proprietorship, listen carefully, there can be a question from this point. in sole proprietorship form of business, in sole proprietorship form of business, the owner have unlimited liability, and in case if the business is unable to pay off its debt, its liability, then the assets of the owner will be sold out, personal assets will be sold out, and the liabilities of the business will be paid off. The simple case that is being discussed here is a firm has a debt of a single sole proprietorship has a debt of 80,000, but its assets, the assets of that firm is only 60,000, and in case of dissolution, after selling those assets, the firm realized 60,000 rupees. फर्म के पास 60,000 रुपीज़ आ गए, पेमेंट कितना करना है, 80,000 करना है. नाउ द डेफिशिएंसी इज ऑफ 20,000. सो इन दैट केस that owner has to pay 20,000 from his personal assets by selling off his personal assets. The third point is sole bearer of profit and sole bearer of risk and profit recipient. He is the only one person who is managing, who is taking risk, so he is the recipient of all the profits, or that person, he or she is recipient of all the profits and bearer of all the losses. If there is loss, he or she will be responsible, he or she will be bearing that risk. In case of profit, he or she will be the person who will receive all the profits. Then control. Since this type of business is managed by only one person, so the control remains in the hands of the owner only. He is the only person who manages the business, so everything is controlled and managed by that single person only. Then the fifth point is there is no separate legal entity, that means business do not have its own identity. Business exists due to the identity of that particular person. So in any case, the owner will be held responsible. The owner will be held responsible. Then lack of continuity of the business, lack of business continuity, because the business is managed by the single person, so it is possible that in case of death, insanity, imprisonment. Insanity means when the person is unable to take right decision. Physical ailment, or imprisonment, or bankruptcy. Bankruptcy means when a person is unable to pay its debts. So in that case, business may even close down. So there is no person who can continue that business. So these are the various features. Basically, features means salient features. Features basically is the combination of merits and demerits. So now we will be moving to sole proprietorship. Why a person prefers sole proprietorship form of business? Why to start a business in the form of sole proprietorship? There must be some of the benefits in this type of organization. So the first merit is decision making. Why to be preferred? First point is decision making. How to make decision? Quick decision making. In this case, in this type of business, only one person is the owner. Only one person is the owner. So whatever decision he has to take, he will be taking, and he can take the decisions quickly. He is not going to consult anyone or any other persons. So he has to take decision, he will take decision at his own. So it is quite So the next point is confidentiality of the business or the business information. Whatever is the business information, that remains confidential, because single person is, all the information related to business remains confidential and maintained secret, because sole trader is not bound to any law to publish the data. He is not required to tell anybody how much is his income and how much is his that is turnover, until and unless there is some legal constraints come, when some specific amount of transaction is, so when some specific transaction is incurred. Then next is your direct incentive. Direct intensive incentives means, as his or her efforts increases, profit increases. A sole proprietorship directly reaps the benefit of his or her efforts, because he is the only receiver. So whatever effort he is putting, he will be recipient of that. So if the effort is putting up in the maximum level, then the incentives that he will be getting will be higher. So direct incentive. Then sense of accomplishment. Working for own business is considered as a self accomplishment, that we have achieved something. Even if the scale of business or the size of business is small, it doesn't make sense. What makes sense is that it is my own business, I have established this. So this sense gives self satisfaction and confidence. Then fifth and the last point is ease of formation and closure, that like we have discussed in the features, salient features, that there is no legal provisions, there is nothing related to that, no legal documentation is required, so there is no separate law also, nothing is there related to the regulations for formation and closure of the sole proprietorship. So that is why it is the best and the best in case of small form of organization. So if the question asks you, Ram, or a person wants to start sole proprietorship, so what are the various benefits? So you can write down all these things, or the question can be asked in some different manner also. What are the various limitations? Limitations means the number one limitation is limited resources, because only one person is there. So how much resource he have? Resources means in terms of physical, in terms of labor, in terms of management. His savings will be less, everything will be less. So in these cases, banks and the financial institutions also do not lend the money to the sole proprietorship, because the size of the business is very small. So it does not require that much of money, and even if it requires, bank hesitates to give them money, because they are not registered, no legal provisions are for them, that is why. Okay, so the next point is limited life of the business concern. The business may end with the death of that owner. Normally it is possible like that, in many of the cases you can see. So it is not entirely true, but it holds limited life of the business concern. If Mr. X starts business and their children do not want to continue that business, so after his or her death, the business will be dissolved. Then unlimited liability. The worst limitation of this sole proprietorship is unlimited liability. Unfavorable thing, entire thing unfavorable. Among all these is your this one only. And then last, limited managerial ability. Since this type of business is managed by only one person, Therefore it is not possible for them to have expertise knowledge of managerial ability. He is not having that type of managerial activity, and neither he can employ someone who will manage his activities or who will manage the business. Due to the limited resources, he can't hire, because this type of business do not have that much of the income. So the decision making may not be in the balanced form. Okay, so these all are the points related to the sole proprietorship. In case of any doubt, you can ask me. And tomorrow we will be moving towards joint Hindu business family, the another form of business organization. Okay, so till then, take care. Go through the NCRT book. This is all explained through NCRT book only. And in case of doubt, you can ask anytime in your group.